Welcome dear students. Okay, we already completed menstrual cycle. The next content, that is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis, that is formation of male gamete and female gamete. What is gametogenesis? That is formation of haploid male gamete and haploid female gamete. Haploid, that is the only one set of chromosome. In human being, 46 chromosomes present in diploid condition. They are present in 23 pairs. That is diploid, 2n. And haploid, that is only one set of chromosome, not pairs, 23 chromosomes. That is haploid. Gametes are haploid cells. They are the sex cells. It is a process of formation of gametes in sexually reproducing organism. Write down definition in your notebook carefully. What is the gametogenesis? It is a process of formation of gametes in sexually reproducing organisms. Gametogenesis involves two processes because it forms the male gamete in case of male and female gamete, that is oomoroid, in case of female human being. So there are two processes, formation of male gamete sperm and another process, that is the formation of ovum or the egg. So spermatogenesis involves two processes, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis, genesis means formation of the sperm. Oogenesis, formation of ovum. In first lecture, I already explained the structure of sperm and the ovum. See here, these are the process. Here spermatogenesis, here oogenesis. These two diagrams are also in your board textbooks. Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis in both cases, that is spermatogenesis and oogenesis, start with the diploid primordial germ cells. Diploid primordial germ cells. These are the germinal epithelial cells which undergoes mitotic division and forms primary spermatocytes in case of male. Here primary oocyte in case of female. These primordial germ cells are diploid, chromosome number 46. Then these spermatocytes here in case of male, and here oocytes undergoes meiosis, that is reduction division. Okay, that's why the gametes are haploid due to meiotic divisions. What happens? These spermatocyte and oocyte undergoes meiosis and then they form the 23 chromosome, that is haploid. And the last most, sperm, male gamete, and the ovum or the egg, female gamete, both are haploid, containing 23 chromosomes. Here, spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? The process of formation of the sperm or spermatozoa. Another name of the sperm, spermatozoa, male gamete, from the germinal epithelial cells of the testes is called as spermatogenesis. Where the sperms are formed? Sperms are formed in the testes from the germinal epithelial cells. Spermatogenesis occurs at the onset of puberty. When they occur only on the puberty age. I already explained puberty in case of male. See here in the diagram, puberty age 12 to 15 years. During this age, what happens? Hormonal changes take place, secondary sexual characters develops in male, okay, as well as testes get mature. Another one more thing, that is FSH, follicular stimulating hormone. How spermatogenesis takes place, or which factor helps in spermatogenesis? Here also, likewise in menstrual cycle, hormones regulate the menstrual cycle. Similarly, which factor helps in spermatogenesis? That is hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, and it is secreted from the anterior pituitary gland. These FSH stimulate the formation of the sperms, stimulate spermatogenesis. The regulation of FSH, see here, the regulation of secretion of FSH by gonadotropin releasing hormone, the long form gonadotropin releasing hormone, that is secreted by the hypothalamus of the brain. Sperms are produced by germinal epithelium cells of the seminiferous tubule. Here is the diagram of the tears of testes. We already studied the tears of testes. Here the seminiferous tubule. What are the seminiferous tubule? These are the structural and functional unit of the testes. The seminiferous tubule are lined by the germinal epithelial cells which are diploid, which undergoes mitosis to form the sperms. Okay, Sperms are produced by germinal epithelial cells of the seminiferous tubules. Phases of spermatogenesis. This spermatogenesis takes place in 3 phases. Multiplication phase, which takes place with the help of mitosis. Growth phase, no cell division, growth takes place only. Maturation phase, here gametes become mature. And meiosis, division takes place. See here, spermatogenesis. Primordial germ cell, which is diploid, germinal epithelial cell, present in the seminiferous tubule, which undergoes mitosis, multiplication 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, like this, many number of cells, that is multiplication. So this phase is also known as multiplication phase, and this phase includes mitosis. Primordial germ cells undergoes mitosis and forms many spermatogonia, and that phase is known as multiplication phase. These spermatogonia, see here, which are also diploid like primordial germ cells. These primary spermatocytes undergoes growth. Okay, so it is known as growth phase, no division. Then it undergoes meiosis 1 and forms secondary spermatocytes, which are haploid. See in the diagram, NN, that is 23 chromosomes. Haploid secondary spermatocytes. These secondary spermatocytes undergoes meiosis to form the spermatids, okay, which are also haploid. And these spermatids transformed into an elongated motile sex cell, that is known as the sperm, male gamete or the spermatozoa. See here, spermatids, difference in the structure of spermatid and the sperm. Sperms are elongated, motile, while the spermatids are oval shape here. Sperms or spermatid. When spermatids get converted into sperms or spermatozoa, that process is known as Spermiogenesis. And it included in the phase maturation phase. It get matured into sperms. So spermatogenesis includes 3 phases. Multiplication phase, which includes mitosis. Primordial germ cell undergoes mitosis to form many spermatogonia. Spermatogonia further form the primary spermatocyte, which is in growth phase, which undergoes meiosis 1 to form secondary spermatocyte, which are haploid. Secondary spermatocyte undergoes meiosis 2 to form the spermatids. Spermatids undergoes spermiogenesis and form the sperms or spermatozoa, that is the male gamete, and it is the maturation phase. Multiplication phase. Discretion. Repeated mitotic division of primordial germ cells. These cells of the seminiferous tubules, these are present in seminiferous tubules, produce large number of spermatogonia which are diploid. Spermatogonia stop dividing and grow in size to develop into primary spermatocyte due to the accumulation of the food. So that is known as growth phase. Maturation phase of the spermatogenesis. It includes meiosis 1, meiosis 2 and spermiogenesis. Okay. Multiplication phase includes mitosis. Growth phase, accumulation of the food. And here maturation phase includes meiosis 1, meiosis 2, spermiogenesis. Primary spermatocyte undergoes, these diploid primary spermatocytes undergoes meiosis 1 to form the secondary spermatocytes, which are haploid. Secondary spermatocytes undergoes meiosis 2 and form the spermatids, which transform into sperms. That process is known as spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis, see here, description of the spermiogenesis may be asked in board question, 2 marks. Spermatids remain held, these are the haploid, okay, haploid cells. Spermatids remain held to each other and to the subtle cell by cytoplasmic bridges. Spermatids remain held to each other and to subtle cells. These are the nourishment providing cells, okay. This sustentacular cell also is another name of the subtle cells, which are also present in seminiferous tubules. These subtle cells provide the nourishment to the developing sperms. Spermatids remain held to each other as well as to the subtle cells by cytoplasmic bridges. Here in the diagram, see here, cytoplasmic bridge. They held to each other as well as to the subtle cells by the cytoplasmic bridge. Head of the sperm remain attached to the Sertoli cells. Length of the spermatid increases What changes? Spermiogenesis, changes takes place. Spermatid converted into sperms. So what happens here? Length of the spermatid increases. Centroles are rearranged as primary and distal centrole, which are present in the neck region. Mitochondria becomes spirally coiled. Here mitochondria, which provides energy to the sperms for their movement. Acrosome is formed from the Golgi complex. Here acrosome, cap-like structure present above the nucleus, which is formed from the Golgi complex. Oogenesis, the second process of gametogenesis, that is formation of female gamete or ovum from diploid germinal epithelial cells of the ovary. Phases of oogenesis. Similar phases with the spermatogenesis. Multiplication phase, growth phase and maturation phase. See here in the diagram, diploid primordial germ cells which are present in the cortex of the ovary. Okay, they undergo mitosis and form oogonia. We already studied oogonia in development of ovary. Oogonia formation takes place in the fetus before birth. That is multiplication phase. This primary oocyte further, see here, oogonia develop into primary oocyte and it accumulates full, that is growth phase. Primary oocyte undergoes meiosis 1 and form haploid secondary oocyte and first polar body. There is an unequal division for the purpose of the nutrition supply. Okay, one is large, that is secondary oocyte, and another is the small, that is first polar body. It is a non-functional ovum. It do not participate in meiosis second, first polar body. Secondary oocyte undergoes meiosis second and form two polar bodies, and in this way they form one ovum and three polar bodies. That is maturation phase. Okay. Net problem also there. Next, multiplication phase description. Repeated mitotic division of the primordial germ cells produces millions of gamete mother cells or oogonal cells which are diploid. This process is completed in the embryonic stage of the female. I already told about this in the development of the ovary. Growth phase, oogonia stop dividing and grow into primary oocyte. Primary oocyte further undergoes maturation phase. It undergoes meiosis 1 and forms secondary oocyte which is haploid, and another smallest cell, that is first polar body, which is also haploid. Secondary oocyte undergoes meiosis second and form ovum and small polar body, and two smaller polar bodies are also formed. In this way, three polar bodies and one ovum is formed. Now the difference between the gamete, between spermatogenesis and oogenesis, both these are the process of gametogenesis. Gametogenesis includes three phases: multiplication phase, which involves mitotic division; growth phase, accumulation of the food; maturation phase, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and transformation. Spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Multiplication. In multiplication phase, which cells undergoes mitosis? In case of spermatogenesis, primordial germ cells. Here also primordial germinal cells. Both these cells are diploid, containing 46 chromosomes. They form by mitosis spermatogonia in case of male, in case of female oogonia, both are diploid. Now growth phase, accumulation of the food. Primary spermatocytes, spermatogonia undergoes development to form primary spermatocytes and oogonia form the primary oocytes. Both these are again diploid, but they are in growth phase. Now primary spermatocytes in spermatogenesis undergoes meiosis 1, maturation phase start, undergoes meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, meiosis 1, they form the spermatid, and this spermatid transformed into sperm, male gamete or a spermatozoa. That process is known as spermiogenesis. Here primary oocyte undergoes a meiosis 1 to form the secondary oocyte and first polar body. First polar body do not involved in meiosis division, and secondary oocyte undergoes meiosis 2 but get arrested at metaphase second. Meiosis 2 is completed only when the secondary oocyte get fertilized with the sperm. Both these are haploid. Here secondary spermatocyte, secondary oocyte, and first polar body, all these are haploid cells. Again here see a secondary spermatocyte undergoes meiosis 2 and form ovum and second polar bodies and two polar bodies. In this way ovum and three polar bodies are formed, that is maturation phase. Which cells are diploids here? In case of male, primordial germ cell, primary germ cells. In female, spermatogonia, oogonia, these are also diploid. Primary spermatocytes, primary oocytes, and haploid, secondary spermatocyte, secondary oocyte, first polar body, ovum, three polar bodies, spermatids and spermatozoa, all these are haploid cells. Okay, thank you. You must note down this table for comparison between oogenesis and spermatogenesis. Thank you very much.